We're picking up where we left off in our transfer videos. Once again, I've compiled the latest transfer rumors that have emerged in the last few days for you. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you. This summer, Neymar, who signed with the Saudi Arabian team Al Hilal, could return to his starting point in football, Santos, when his contract expires in the summer of 2025. The Santos management has already started working on this possibility and is in communication with Neymar's father. Since Neymar will be 33 years old when those days come, he may want to return. However, the complication arises from Santos potentially being relegated this year, making the situation more complex. If they want Neymar for the summer of 2025, they need to regroup within the next 2 years and come back stronger to the Brazilian Serie A. Hakan Çalhanoğlu is closely monitored by English teams, with West Ham United, Manchester United, Chelsea, and Liverpool being the top contenders. Among them, West Ham had made an official offer. Liverpool is also making efforts, but the most serious interest appears to be coming from Chelsea. Inter Milan has high expectations for the transfer fee. If Hakan wants to experience the Premier League towards the end of his career, there are truly attractive opportunities ahead of him. Mason Greenwood, whose football career was on the brink of ending due to harassment and bullying allegations, has found himself again at Getafe. Several Spanish teams, including Barcelona, are interested in acquiring him. If Man U sells him to another team, Getafe will receive 20% of the transfer fee. Barcelona is also interested in Jadon Sancho from Manchester United. While Man U is open to the idea, there is speculation about a potential exchange with Rafinha. Since Sancho has not played for a long time, there might be a need for Manchester to add some money to the deal. Meanwhile, according to the German media, Juventus, Dortmund, and Galatasaray are closely monitoring Sancho's situation. Victor Osimhen, whose name has been linked with Europe's giant clubs, has extended his contract, which was set to expire in 2025, until 2026. While experiencing a significant increase in his salary, he has also included a release clause of €130 million. A new decision regarding transfers has been made in the Premier League. Following a vote in which clubs participated, it was decided to limit player contracts to a maximum of 5 years. This move aims to prevent the advantage gained in financial regulations by spreading the paid transfer fees over the length of the contract. This closes the gap that was exploited excessively by Chelsea last year. Barcelona is interested in Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle for the defensive midfielder position. However, acquiring a player who has succeeded in the Premier League seems challenging, and covering his transfer fee appears impossible. I don't think Newcastle will be open to swap offers either. Another player they are considering for that position is Wilfred Ndidi from Leicester, currently in the Championship, but likely to return to the Premier League. He holds a significant role in his current team, but the possibility of joining Barcelona might be confusing for him since his contract expires at the end of the season. Meanwhile, Ndidi's name is also linked with mid-table teams, but with such strong contenders, it seems very difficult. The uncertainty regarding the coaching position at Real Madrid continues. It is still unclear whether they will continue with Ancelotti or bring in someone else. While the management is in talks with some candidates, including Xabi Alonso, offers are also coming in for Ancelotti, especially from places like Saudi Arabia. When asked about the Saudi Arabia rumors, Don Carlo stated, "If I were offered €500 million from Saudi Arabia, I wouldn't even buy a plane ticket, I would walk there. Of course, I'm joking. I don't want money." Liverpool is interested in João Palhinha from Fulham for their midfield. He was supposed to go to Bayern Munich at the beginning of the season, but the deal fell through at the last minute. Bayern is still interested, but this time Liverpool is also in the picture. Chelsea, the current record holder for recent spending sprees, will continue to make significant expenditures in the upcoming transfer window. They are set to pay around €40 million for a 16-year-old emerging talent. They are interested in Estevão Willian from the Brazilian champions Palmeiras and have made a €40 million offer. They aim to conclude the deal without getting into competition with other teams. Sergio Guirassy, who has been previously linked to several Premier League teams, is now being associated with Manchester United. They aim to expand their striker rotation, and one of the candidates is Sergio Guirassy, who has been competing for the Bundesliga goalscoring crown. Newcastle United is searching for a goalkeeper to temporarily replace the injured Nick Pope. Among the candidates are Hugo Lloris, who lost his starting spot to Vicario this year and has yet to play a match, and Sam Johnson, the first-choice goalkeeper for Crystal Palace. Newcastle may also consider a coaching change. They finished last in the Champions League group stage and are currently outside the top 4 in the league. They are contemplating Jose Mourinho, whose contract with Roma will expire at the end of the season. Another English team that finished at the bottom of their group in the Champions League, Manchester United, may undergo a managerial change. Some names considered to replace Erik ten Hag include Zinedine Zidane, Graham Potter, Roberto De Zerbi, and Julian Lopetegui. Meanwhile, if Erik ten Hag leaves Man U, he could potentially sign with Dortmund, and, of course, there might be interest from his former team, Ajax. Toni Kroos' contract with Real Madrid expires this summer. As always, Saudi Arabian teams are monitoring this situation. If a new contract is not signed, they are likely to make an offer. Kroos had previously stated categorically that he would not go to Arab teams, but they are still pursuing this possibility. This year, Alexis Sanchez, who returned to Inter, is not getting as much playing time as he did in the previous stint. The experienced player has attracted interest from Saudi Arabian teams Al Ittihad and Al Shabab. Al Ittihad is also interested in Christian Eriksen, who has been deemed surplus to requirements by Manchester. They might pursue his transfer in the winter transfer window. Al Shabab and another Saudi Arabian team are also tracking Leicester legend Jamie Vardy. The 36-year-old player is eagerly counting down the days to return to the Premier League with Leicester, and they are leading the way. Karim Benzema's team, Al Ittihad, offered a yearly salary of €20 million to David Alaba from Real Madrid, but he prefers to stay with Real. Malang Sarr and Armando Broja, who have failed to meet expectations at Chelsea, could go on loan during the winter transfer window. The agents of both players have held talks with some clubs. While it is still uncertain for Malang Sarr, Armando Broja is set to go on a definite transfer. Another player recommended from the Premier League to some teams is Cedric Soares from Arsenal. He has only played in 3 matches this year, and his contract is set to expire at the end of the season. In 2020, Istanbul Basaksehir, the champion in Turkey, couldn't replicate the same success after winning the title. The City Football Group, which owns many football teams, including Manchester City and Girona, is set to acquire shares from Basaksehir. Agreement has been reached in the discussions for the share sale, with the initial payment already made to Basaksehir. The announcement of the sale decision will be made shortly. This move could potentially change certain aspects of Turkish football. The success of the teams under the City Football Group is evident. I mentioned earlier that Galatasaray is in search of a goalkeeper to replace Muslera. There is a new candidate instead of Muslera, and it is Andre Lunin from Real Madrid. Normally a goalkeeper who waits on the bench and plays a maximum of 3 to 5 matches in a season, Lunin has been entrusted with the goal this year due to first Courtois' injury and then Kepa's injury, who replaced Courtois. Therefore, the possibility of acquiring him during the winter transfer window is low. Galatasaray is considering making a move for him at the end of the season. Arsenal want a new defender. Gunners join pursuit of Euro 60M rated Sporting CP star Goncalo Inacio ahead of January transfer window. Perhaps wary of a repeat of last season's collapse following an injury to William Saliba, Arsenal are looking to add depth at centre-half in January. The Gunners are relatively short at the back, having lost summer signing Jurrien Timber to an ACL injury in the opening game of the Premier League season. Mikel Arteta's side have also been linked with Inacio's teammate and fellow defender, Ousmane Diomande, as they look to raid the Portuguese capital. Real Madrid target Jude Bellingham as they plot reunion with older brother Jude. Sunderland's Jude Bellingham being monitored by Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Scouts from top Premier League clubs, including Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal, are set to observe the performance of Sunderland's talented winger, Jude Bellingham, 18, during the upcoming away game against Bristol City, according to Ikram Koner. The young player has been making waves with his notable contributions, including a recent goal against Leeds that secured a victory for Sunderland and ended Leeds' 7-game unbeaten run. Bellingham's impressive performances have not gone unnoticed, with reports suggesting interest from clubs like Tottenham Hotspur and Real Madrid as well. Xavi admits admiration for Claudio Echeverri as Barcelona linked with teenage River Plate star. Barcelona boss Xavi admitted River Plate prodigy Claudio Echeverri is a talent amid transfer links with the Spanish giants. ESPN claims Barcelona are interested in the young River Plate midfielder but face competition from Chelsea, Manchester City, and Paris Saint-Germain. However, the Argentine has previously expressed a desire to join the Catalan side. Now, Barca boss Xavi has spoken about the player nicknamed El Diablito. He said on Friday, "The boy is a talent. Beyond the hat-trick he scored against Brazil at the U17 World Cup, he's a difference maker, but it's something for the scouting department to deal with." We have reached the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.